Welcome in this video. Will Xcn coin make us millionaires? We will analyze it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and please watch to the end to understand. When we carefully examine the chart, we see that the price has been fluctuating within a certain structure for a long time, and this structure has formed a very distinct ascending channel pattern. Such channel patterns are extremely valuable in technical analysis for predicting the direction of the trend and potential support resistance areas. Price movements that are trapped between the upper and lower bands of the channel often follow a certain pattern, and this structure provides a safe roadmap for the trader. In this context, the price is currently resting right at the middle band of this channel, and price action in this area is a critical threshold. The middle band of the channel is often interpreted as a decision point in technical analysis. Either the price breaks this band upwards on strong volume and heads towards the upper band, or it eats resistance from this area and retreats back towards the lower band. At this point, trading volume, momentum indicators like RSI and market sentiment play a big role. The reaction of the price as it approaches this mid-band also gives us important signals about the direction of the market. At the moment, what we are seeing is buyers trying to push the price up and putting pressure on this resistance zone. If the price settles firmly above this mid-band and this breakout is supported by an increase in volume, it is highly likely that the channel will start a bullish move towards the next target zone, the upper band. Moreover, this upper band level is more than just a technical target, because this zone also coincides with the $1 level, which is a psychological threshold. In technical analysis, round numbers have a huge impact on investor psychology. In particular, symbolic levels such as $1 are seen as turning points by most investors. Prices approaching such levels usually either meet strong resistance or break through it, creating a huge wave of confidence. In this context, the $1 level is an important barrier both technically and psychologically. And for the price to reach this level, it needs to break the middle band of the channel strongly. However, it is also important that this breakout is permanent, and that the price makes several daily closes above the mid-band. Otherwise, this move may remain a fake breakout and mislead investors. If all these technical elements give positive signals in harmony with each other, a rise in the price towards the upper band of the channel, towards the $1 level, becomes not only possible but probable. And if the $1 level is crossed strongly, this would have a knock-on effect on the market. Because this breakthrough attracts new buyers to the market, confidence increases, the psychological effect we call FOMO, fear of missing out, comes into play and allows the price to move up much faster. In addition, when we look at past price movements, we have repeatedly seen strong and lasting rises after the breakout of similar channel structures. Such technical patterns can lead to much sharper and more voluminous price movements, especially during periods of increased liquidity. If the current channel breakout is one of these examples, the $1 level may not only be a target, but perhaps even the starting point of a new bull run. To summarize, the price is now technically at a very important threshold. If the middle band of the channel breaks and the price holds above this zone, it seems quite possible to reach the targeted $1 level in the coming period. If the technical indicators also signal upward during this journey, it will increase our confidence that this movement will be healthy and strong. Therefore, carefully monitoring this critical zone is of great importance for investment decisions. Sometimes, seemingly simple mathematical calculations in the world of investing, especially when combined with technical analysis, can provide surprisingly powerful clues in understanding the bigger picture. Particularly when trying to determine the potential target prices of a crypto asset or any asset, such calculations help investors to visualize their goals and clearly see possible gain scenarios. Now let's go step by step. First, let's assume that the price is currently trading at 2 cents or 2 cents. At this point, one of the most frequently asked questions by investors is this: if this asset reaches $1 in the future, how many times would it have multiplied from the current level? The answer to this can be found with a very simple operation. By opening the calculator and multiplying 2 cents by 50, we get 0.02 times 50 equal $1. This calculation tells us something very clearly. If this asset rises from its current price to $1, it will have increased by exactly 50 times, 50x. So every $1 investment made at this price will be worth $50 when it reaches that target. This is, in fact, a real example of the often dreamed small investment, big profit scenario in the investment world. However, in addition to the potential gain, it is also essential to evaluate how realistic this target is through technical analysis, market structure, and projections. At this point, let's move on to a second calculation. If it reaches the $1 target and we dream of becoming a millionaire in that case, how much would we need to invest to reach this goal? We calculate this just as simply. Our target is to make $1 million. If the price will rise 50 times, how much investment is needed at the current price? 1 million divided by 50 equal $20,000. This calculation tells us that if we have $20,000 and we buy this asset at 2 cents, and if it indeed rises to $1 in the future, our $20,000 investment will become exactly $1 million. This is quite an exciting scenario. Especially in low-priced projects, such potential gains attract investors. But there is a very important detail to pay attention to here. This gain should align not only in theory, but also with the real potential of the market. Let's now analyze the logic behind these calculations a bit more deeply, because it's not just about the numbers. Understanding what conditions need to be met for a price to reach such levels is also critical. First of all, such high gain ratios are typically possible in low-cap crypto projects with low market capitalization. These projects start trading at very low prices, and if backed by strong technology, an active community, and a solid ecosystem, they can gradually be adopted by the market and gain value. So, a 50x multiplier is not entirely a fantasy, but it must definitely be grounded on solid fundamentals. Of course, while these calculations help us define a target, investors must also manage their risk properly throughout the journey. In other words, if you have $20,000, it is generally not advisable to invest it all in a single asset. Therefore, while making such calculations, strategic moves like portfolio diversification and allocation should always be considered. From these calculations, we can also say this: even if you have a smaller amount, like $2,000, with a 50x potential increase, that amount could turn into $100,000. This shows that even if an investor's capital is small, significant profits can still be made. So everyone may have a different goal based on their investment size, but the method remains the same. Be patient, catch the right points through technical analysis, and never neglect risk management. Finally, it's important to add this: such price targets and multiplier calculations should not remain theoretical only. They must also be supported by fundamental analysis of the project, the team's background roadmap, and the strength of the community. If technical and fundamental analyses align, a 50x price increase ceases to be a dream and turns into a real opportunity. Xcn and the team are doing great work. Major exchange listings have also arrived, and this target can be reached in the long term. That's why it's important to hold your position and not sell. Adding more when it dips is the smartest move. When the price was low, everyone said it would go to zero, but what happened? The price went up by 200%, so don't believe the FOMOs, just do what you know. If you believe in the project, invest by taking your own risk. Yes, friends, I hope you liked the video. If you subscribe to my channel and like the video, more videos will be coming. Be careful in your investments, analyze the risks correctly, and always take strategic steps. I will be with you with different analyses, investment opportunities, and technical information in my videos. I wish you all a lot of profit. See you soon.